Well, good. Glad to hear recording is in progress. All right.
Maybe clean it out, but she's still doing that. No, it seems like, you know, yeah. Bring it in the driveway.
Don't worry about it. Good morning.
Huh?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Spring coming?
Yeah, it's getting muddy.
Ah.
I'm thinking muddy, yeah, just where you get out of the car.
Well, it's not really muddy because you get that good gravel.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
gravelly, yeah, it's just getting the gravel off the
It's-
muddy. We'll do that before I go.
It's better than
Mud?
Mud.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Very, yeah. Alright. I see pieces of gravel.
Your eyes are better than mine.
I was trying to scrape it off.
I think I've-
And it was this huge.
It's
huge
all right.
lumps.
Don't
I've
worry.
got, I'm off, yeah.
It's you
It
know,
is what it is.
it's cement and it's sweepable.
Mhm. Yep. Well, it's nice and warm here today.
Yeah. Do you need it cooler?
No, it's okay. I do have 3 layers on.
Good thinking.
Yeah, you never know in these mornings, you know, it's chilly and then it's
Good morning.
warmer.
I come down early to turn on the heat.
Uh-huh, yeah, you need.
Actually about 5:30. Particularly on the cold mornings.
On the cold mornings, so we're gonna get another morning this week. It's very cold, I think about 15, but otherwise it's not.
Well.
Oh, blood again. I really have thin skin, and I had poked it a couple, and it keeps opening, you know, like I went down under the sink to pull out,
Yeah.
looking for a vinegar. I mean, it was that simple, and then, you know, wham, and then it wasn't that bloody this morning, but I think I took a shower, I think it didn't change, so. I say to the kids, I like the color purple. Nana's turning purple. Gotta get me a
that's
joke
good.
out of it. It's just ridiculous. I'm always bruised easily, but this is nutty. I probably should be taking some C or something. We're talking about herbs and voodoo and herbs and remedies and potions. I need a potion, Carol.
What's arnica for bruises?
Arnica's good. I do take arnica. I took arnica right before I did all my shots in the last few years, which has helped my arms a bit, I think. Yeah, I think.
Take it orally? Or
I do take arnica orally, although I do have arnica cream. But I don't think you want to put arnica cream right on an open wound.
no.
You know, I don't think you're supposed to do that. Yeah. But, no, I've had like really bad bumps and then taken arnica really fast and they didn't bruise. You know, like some just
Huh.
he hit something. And that does help a lot, yeah, but,
Well, you should have new cats who don't understand that they shouldn't go.
well, that's true. Yeah, no, we have old cats that we adopted in old age, so. This one, yeah, no, this hand has been hit by the cat more than once. This hand has had 3 different things probably in the last 3 weeks. So just as it heals or it's still not quite there,
Right.
then I go for the vinegar or.
Yeah, right. Good thing you didn't put vinegar on it.
I know.
Well, may have healed it.
That might have hurt
Sealed
too,
it right
though,
up.
huh? I wonder, is that the good potion? Yeah.
Well, it's. My grandmother used to swear by it, but not.
But vinegar?
I just swear.
Mm.
Cider vinegar and honey.
On well,
As-
on anything.
as a drink in
Oh.
hot water.
No, I think it's good, and when I make smoothies in the morning, I often will put some cider vinegar.
Morning, Bill.
In it.
Yeah.
Just a little. You don't want it too much.
Morning, Bill.
Or but with the little, with the banana. And
Hi, David.
Hi, Bill.
Here we are.
You're both here. It's all right. As a therapist I knew at one point said, everything is already all right.
My cousin just gave my sister a book that says it's called "It's Okay to Not Be Okay."
Mm. Yep.
Yeah. It is, as long as it isn't extreme. So how's your practice this week? What wonderful revelations did you have?
Well, I had a revelation that connected to it, but it wasn't. It kind of is just that my lower back can get very tired. A lot of us talk about back problems, right?
Mm.
And so I think sometimes I slouch thinking that will be helpful, right? Like, oh, I'll just relax it or whatever, right? But it was brought to my attention. It's not very helpful for your digestion and for all the organs in there to kind of.
No.
It's really not very good for the back.
Your back either. That's right. No, it's not. No, it's not. So I've just been just more aware of my posture this week, and I think that's really an awareness that I brought to my practice. So that's
positive.
been that has been helpful. So.
I found that with my spinal stenosis that if my back was hurting, that it was interesting that when I straightened up, it was better.
Yes. Yeah, and so the practice is a good way to do that, to be aware of that, especially within all that we're doing.
Because we would like to be vertical.
We would like to be vertical, but we're also pulling in and pulling, and it's kind of, it really speaks to it.
curve, but you gotta straighten that up.
Well, that's it, and yep, all of
Small
those.
seeker.
Yes, small seeker.
And
Well, I'd like to join the Standing Up Straight Club because I just had physical therapy yesterday, and that was their advice. Stand
Oh,
up straight.
interesting. In the
Oh.
air, huh?
yeah, well, my last physical therapy said the same thing. So, how's your mind-body connection?
No words, Carol
No words.
says.
Well, it was a good sigh, Carol.
I'm not sure I would consider myself connected at
Okay.
this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't say firmly connected either, but I've been trying to focus continually through one of the practices anyways, the 5 points and the etheric body, and I think it was a good practice. I felt more of a etheric body and mind body connection. I'm not quite sure how to relate to that yet. So.
Okay. Anything for you, Bill?
I'm with the rest of the group as far as not exactly knowing how to, as Phil just said, relate to the connection, the mind-body connection. But I did have 2 or 3 good sessions this week where I was paying attention to the 5 points and I had a good amount of energy flowing. So not as much practice as I would have liked, but what I did was helpful. So
Good. Good.
Yeah, it was, when I did practice, it was certainly centering.
Yeah.
And just, okay, look over the flap and.
Carol's
like
got
this,
very
yeah.
physical.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we all from time.
We
to
get you.
Can
My Italianism.
It's coming out of the hands.
could connect to that, yeah. Well, good. So what I thought might be helpful is to go and look again at combining and integrating the Neigong elements while you flow. And of course that's related to the mind-body connection, because you have to have that in order for it all to work the way we would like it to. So stand up. Find a comfortable place.
No slouching, right?
No
that's
slouching, that's right.
Actually, I said that.
And then you're gonna-
Sit down for a minute.
Well,
We can, yeah. Okay, so
good.
getting up and
Standing
down.
down.
Like lean to the left, lean to the right.
So when you're practicing in the past, we've talked about working one element until you have that unambiguously, and then you layer on more elements one at a time. And then as you flow today, I will do the same thing. Focus on one Neigong topic at a time and then combine it with the others. And at most, I will combine 3 of the Neigong elements at a time and then back to a new one. And remember, the main purpose at this level of Gods is to use the Neigong elements to develop and move Qi. If you are practicing in a way that has not, that is not producing Qi, then simplify your practice until you can relax again, and then progress forward with a sense of ease and fullness. And that's very important, especially as you're adding more and more elements. Now, another thing that's very important when you are doing Gods is that Gods is not meant to be a mental exercise. Yes, you will use your mind to tell you what to do. But if you have a choice between relaxing and letting yourself go into a deeper state of openness or not, forget doing a technique right. Forget the technique. Focus on relaxing and opening up. If the object was to think about it, then all of this could be done sitting down, and you could visualize the whole thing. And if you find yourself getting into your head too much, do something to get yourself back into your body. It's quite normal that when you're practicing by yourself, that if you have to remember, now I'm going to do X and then I'm going to do Y, it's not going to work, because the whole object of God's is that at the end of the day, you're doing everything simultaneously. You're not going to look at yourself as you flow and analyze it and think if you're doing it correctly. Because then all your energy has been sucked into your mental body, and there is not going to be much left for the rest of you. If you're not experiencing what's inside you and only thinking about what you should be doing or feeling, you're missing the point. So now stand. And sink into your basic structure. Be very aware of your breath, allowing it to be full and slow. Before you start, just get your mind inside your body as much as you can. And if you can, have your mind go through every place in your body, from your head to your fingertips to your toes. And to keep your mind inside your body, there are 3 places that you want to focus on. And you want to keep that awareness there all the time as you are doing God's. From the top of your head, your fingertips, and your legs, so go into doing a flow of God's, a full flow. Begin being aware of bending in and extending out. And twisting in and twisting out. And the lengthening in and lengthening out. Let yourself be aware of all of those elements simultaneously, continuously. As you go into another movement, you're still focusing on the lengthening. And your etheric body expanding as your physical body expands. Eventually it will be hard to tell whether it is the lengthening of your physical body that causes your etheric body to expand, or the expanding of your etheric body. Even a little bit will release your physical body to lengthen. So it isn't really one or the other, it's truly both. And then focus again on the rotating of the arms and legs. Outward and inward. When your hands move toward you, inward, and when your hands go away from you, outward. At 12, inward. 3 outward, 6 inward, 9 outward, back to 12 inward. When you have the rotation stable, then you can start twisting your arms and legs instead of merely rotating them. Really want to be aware that when your arms bend, you're twisting along the yin meridian surfaces, and when your arms extend, twisting along the yang. When this seems fairly stable, is your breathing smooth? Are you still stably connected to the boundary of your etheric body below your feet and above your head? Is the bending and stretching of your arms causing your etheric field to extend out slightly when you stretch your arm? And as you do this, the process is making everything within the etheric field stronger. And as the etheric field gets stronger, do you have any blockages? If you do, just dissolve it. Keep on doing everything else. When you release a blockage in your etheric field, let it drop and continue. Drops, let it dissolve through your etheric field down to the bottom of your feet and below your feet. breathing be very easy, smooth, and quiet. And it may just be ordinary breathing, belly, sides, and kidneys. Maybe you can begin to do reverse breathing if you're not already. Make sure your eyes are relaxed. To keep twisting your arms in along the yin and out along the yang. And when you activate the yin, you leave the yang alone. And when you activate the yang, you leave the yin alone. Pay particular attention to the sense of lengthening the legs, which will be much more of a challenge than the arms. Since you're working the etheric body all around your physical body, you can start letting the etheric body expand if you can. And at the same time, let the tissues within your body begin to lengthen. And remember, you can dissolve your etheric field going upwards. As your etheric field comes in slightly, let your arms and your legs lengthen inward. And as your etheric field expands slightly, let your arms and legs and your torso expand slightly. So your etheric field and the lengthening of the tissues of your body are moving together. And now if you can, begin to spiral your arms and your legs. And pay attention to your breathing. Is your breathing becoming smooth and soft? And coordinating with all the other Neigong. So now you're focusing on recognizing how the chi and the breath are moving together. And try and have your mind settle directly into the chi, more than the breath. So now you focus on your chi rising up your body and your chi going down your body. It's going to collect at your feet, and then you bring the energy up your legs, up your perineum to the top of your head. So now we want to look at how you actually move your chi. You may find that if that sense of chi inside your body gets a little bit weaker, then by putting a little more attention on building your breath up, that will enable you to energize the chi a little bit better. Although your breath and chi are two different things, you can make them go together. Or you can have your breath going as strong as it can go, and then with your mind, just move your chi. It doesn't necessarily have to be in coordination. But most people find that having the two move together is easier in the beginning. eventually your focus will be entirely on where you are moving chi in your body. Begin to open and close all the joints in your body. And opening and closing your cavities. Make sure you're bending your spine to bend your body. Open your C curve. Are you still connected stably to your head and below your feet? Let your spine just be the director, telling your chi where to go. And remember, it's your mind moving inside your spine that's really doing it. And feel the fascia wrapping your body. Doing as much as you can of everything all at once. Relaxing your mind. And close when you're ready. it whenever you're ready. So how did you do with that?
We're all aglow.
What?
We're all aglow.
Oh, good.
I am. No, it was good. I think, and I guess this is a good sign that by the time you reminded us to do something, I was already doing it. That's always, and a few times I was like, oh yeah. I think I realized that working with the etheric body makes it easier to work with our whole physical body. Because too often, you know, we've talked a lot about how much easier it is to kind of be aware of the top half of our body, of our arms, rather than our legs and all of that. But yet I think working with the etheric body, it would, and I somehow, you know, around 6 or something, I realized that maybe something you said or whatever, just that it would have felt really too disconnected, not to.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that was a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very nice having my mind in my body, and so none of the extraneous things
Yeah.
are interfering. And doing my own counting, because I think some of the times the tension I put in my back is, okay, am I supposed to be counting, or are you going to tell us when to change?
Yeah.
And okay, we're doing this at my speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And that, so that tension never built.
Oh, that's good.
So
And that's important that you do it at your own speed.
yeah. I needed to slow down some of the time, realizing, well, that 6 is going awfully fast here.
Not a windmill.
I think you all could slow down a little. Yeah.
I know, we were like, I felt like David's still talking and I'm done now.
So that last part, when I was done and you were talking,
Yes,
it was a nice integrating
Yep.
everything.
I found that too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that would have worked if I was still doing 7.
Mm.
Maybe better, actually. 7 might have been better.
Yeah.
Bill?
Yeah. I don't know why we started off so fast. It was weird. I thought we were going to have a liftoff, but the things you said, rotating, spiral, and twisting and spiraling. I think I'm in the twisting phase, and you were talking about yin and yang sides releasing with, or paying all your focusing on the yang or the yin as you're doing that. Could you talk more about that some? And especially I don't know, for both legs and arms, and I guess other things must be twisting or spiraling too. But
They are. I imagine that probably most of you are twisting. I maybe you're spiraling. I don't know. That's a very different stage, and we haven't really talked about it much. So, but if you can get the twisting, that's very powerful. And we're talking about the fact that the one of the basic energy flows in the body are that when it's coming in, it's flowing along the yin surfaces of the body. Whether that's the surface of the skin, or you're down to the level of the fascia, or even deeper, it still would be coming in the yin surface. So in the legs, coming in the yin surface. In the arms, coming in the yin surface. And then as you're twisting outward or lengthening outward, the opposite is happening. The energy is going out, the outside of the legs, the outside of the arms.
In the torso, is the front the yin and the back the yang?
Yes. So the macrocosmic orbit, which is the one that this is really focusing on, is the energy comes from the feet, comes in the inside of the legs to the qua, and goes through to the back and up the back, and then in the torso down the front. As it goes up the back, it then goes out the outside of the arms, and then comes in the inside of the arms as it goes down the front of the body. And when it reaches the qua, it goes around the outside and out the outside.
So it's a yin, yang, yin.
Yeah. It is. Because you're always having that constant balance of
Yeah.
top to bottom and left to right,
Mhm.
right to left.
And up and down.
So,
All of those, yep, the yin and yang. Yep.
so, for instance, if you, I can't remember if all of you have done the marriage of heaven and earth, but
Oh, yeah, but, yep.
Yes.
I guess we all.
I think
Yep,
we,
we will.
I think you've all done that. So the first part of that is working with the macrocosmic orbit, and that's what's going on all the way through here. And then the microcosmic orbit is what's being moved with the last two movements. And that's simply going around the center of the body, from the perineum up the back and down the front. And it's working with the central channel, of course. So that's also happening, along with many other movements of the energy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's really good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Nagel, anything for you?
Yeah, another question about spiraling. Is there a range of sensations that you can explain that would indicate that it's actually happening, or to the extent that it's happening?
So, when you're twisting, really the twisting is just going in one direction and in the other.
Yes.
And it is happening with the movement of the energy of going in and out, for instance, in the arm. When you're talking about spiraling, now you are talking about the energy not simply moving in the yin and out the yang, but it is spiraling through those circuits. And spiraling is how you can actually begin to focus where the energy is going. With twisting, it's more an awareness of basic flows, feeling that, coordinating with them. But when you begin to spiral, you are really beginning to control the flow of the chi. And you can direct it to go where you want it to go within your body. And spiraling develops power of the chi.
Okay, thank you.
Is that enough of that?
Well, it's enough to tell me I'm probably not spiraling yet.
It's probably not. I'm still working on that myself.
Yeah, but there've been moments, I mean, especially in workshops where we're consciously doing that.
Yep.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe Rick Barrett and maybe even Jonas, that there were moments of focusing on that, but I certainly don't do it in my.
Yeah.
But there have been some times when I practice that I've thought of extending and twisting at the same time, which starts having a different feel, especially in my arms. Both all those things in my legs are hard to be aware of. But
yeah.
And I think what you said today about the relationship of our emotions in general to the etheric body, which is coming first. Those are intriguing thoughts.
Yes, they are. I'm glad they're intriguing. Yeah.
I'm not clear on 7, on how the energy is flowing.
Yeah.
It's so different, and perhaps if I had been slow enough so that I was doing 7 when you were doing the last bit of time,
would that have made a difference?
Would that have made a difference?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even get to all of the notes about 7, so.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can do 7 with all your notes.
It's
So the thing about 7 is that
David, before you start, we can't see your head.
you can't see.
Really?
I can't.
Because we can on the screen from here.
Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. Maybe if I just speaker view. Yeah. I have a headless David here.
It's so funny.
Wow.
Well, step forward.
Yeah, when I change to speaker view, it works.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah. Too small.
Good. 7. Okay. So this is also happening in other movements, but you are having the movements are actually they're rotating through the body. So as you're dropping energy on this side, the energy is coming up this side, and it continues up this side, and it's going to come up this side. So it's going down 1 and up 1, and then it come up the other side, and that reverses. So there is a cycle here, instead of thinking more linearly as we sometimes do of that movement, whether it's center to periphery or fully from feet to head.
Yeah.
So we still have all of that going on, but now we're really getting, this is really begins to be related to spiraling.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
That's very helpful. Yeah, I kind of focus on the spine moving, but
Yeah.
it's nice to know what all the what the overall movement is doing.
Yeah.
I think 7 has been such a challenge for us just to kind of physically figure out what we're doing. Well, I'll speak for myself, but also from comments others have made.
Oh, yeah.
That I think that's kind of like, okay, we need to get that settled, and that makes a lot of sense. Now I feel like there's something I can make that operative because I've got the physical piece better.
Yeah. And that's also part of why you may remember at one point I talked about the fact that when you go in one direction, the ribs are closing and on one side, but opening on the other.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah, that's, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's really, there's a subtle difference between simply having the ribs close and open and collapsing the midriff. You have to be really careful that you don't drop into collapsing the midriff, because then you defeat the whole purpose.
And there's some relationship there then with 3.
Yeah.
Because we could do the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some of the same problems could arise, I guess, is what I'm saying.
The issue that I went through with 3 was that I would get around to here, and then this would happen, but this didn't happen. I didn't straighten my back. I didn't straighten the C curve.
Well, there's a good one.
So I don't know whether that's an issue for anyone else in 3, but that was really interesting because it changes dramatically what's happening energetically. So, yeah, don't forget to
Which is what allows you to sink when you go to the top.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that I was noticing that. I'm not thinking about 3 when I was noticing it, but yeah, keeping the C curve, going with every movement, straightening and forming is such a key, because of course the spine is the center of all this whole thing in a way. But yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I hadn't been straightening that C curve there in 3.
Yeah, it's really important in all the postures, not only.
But 3 does feel more comfortable than 7 because we're keep the 4 points. And that's the one thing that really makes 7 feel like, are we still doing the same Qigong? But and I know it's supposed to be like putting everything together and culmination, and but I'm still, even having said that, I don't quite believe it.
Well, I'm glad that you have the thought, and I will say that all the things that all of you have said about 7, everybody has gone through that's done this practice. Because it is completely different movement, and it is tapping into the deepest layers of this practice. It is what begins to pull it all together, instead of being 6 separate pieces. It is one that actually brings all all the parts together at the same time. And
Eventually.
it's a posture that you will work on for the rest of your life.
I think the thing, Bill, that I have to remember in terms of the 5 points is that sometimes we can lose track of what our hands and our arms are doing, but they are doing something. And that reminds you that, yeah, there are 5, not 3. They're not doing the same, they're not moving as much clearly in the same way as the others, right?
Yeah.
Where they're really
Yeah.
much more central.
And the others, they're coming in all together and
Yes,
going out all
yeah.
together. And this one,
Yeah.
and
There's
seven,
a subtleness.
from what you just said, some,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're coming in and going out.
That's
They're coming
right.
in and going out. They're,
Yeah.
but in a
they're-
very
they're doing
different,
both.
right, right.
They're all active, but they're not pulsing
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the same way.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And if you think about doing Tai Chi, sometimes it's all working together, but a lot of the time it's not.
Yeah.
So it's not such a strange phenomena when you think about it in terms of everything that we do. Well, that'll give you something to work on this week.
Oh, and we are recording, good.
We-
I
Yes,
should have
I-
noted that before.
I
I was
did- I
assuming.
did-
I was like, oh, this is good, this kind of.
I did
Go back to this
remember
part.
today, yes.
So maybe if we use the recording, we can go slower.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You
we-
know,
we-
watch what's happening. Just listen.
I do
Yeah.
that sometimes. Sometimes I just, turn my back actually to the computer, so I'm not watching and listen.
You might,
Just listen.
I also would recommend that if you can, to read through all the notes,
Yeah.
because there's a lot in
There is,
that I did
yeah.
not say today.
Okay.
So, any other last minute thoughts or questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Well,
Thank you.
there.
Have a great week. Enjoy the warmer weather when it's warmer.
Yes.
Will we see the crocuses before?
They're blunt. One of my sister's neighbors has
Has a crocus up?
crocuses right beside her house on a south-facing wall, and they're out. They're already out.
Yeah.
I have to
They
look
are.
today. Yeah, that's what I get, the south facing.
Yeah, we have crocuses.
Oh yeah, I forget you. Well, you're not even in those
No,
leagues.
we're
You're like
still in the mountains, but we also have a beautiful one. You probably have it too, witch hazel, if you have witch hazel around.
Mm.
Is your snow gone?
Our snow was melted, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Been
ours is
working
still
outside
piled.
and yeah, and doing started the outside cleanup.
Yeah, oh no.
We aren't there yet.
We are way
You're
from
not.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
and we'll have a lot of mud in the next. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, we have mud. We have red mud. We could send you if you want some.
No, thank you. That's okay. Make a clay pot.
You don't have to share.
No. That's right.
Well, happy woo. I'll see you next week.
Thank you. Take care,
Yeah,
guys.
you don't need to share. Yeah, no, it'll be a little while before we are out there. But it could, yeah, we're looking for somebody called yes. John Mercer is looking for the crocuses. He sends a picture every year. So he has a file of what year, what was the first, what was the earliest. And it's always that south corner. That's where I get mine, the south
Yeah.
corner, right next to a couple of inches from the house.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, whew.
So, woo.
Ooh.
Any particular questions in what you've done in the woo? Woo.
I'd like to go over that the pull down at the beginning
Uh-huh.
because I wasn't clear what you were if what I'm doing is right or not. And I've been doing
Talked
it for
about
so
that
long.
last week, right, yeah.
You mean at the very beginning?
At the very-
In
the very
paragraph
first
one at the
from
beginning, yeah.
Sure.
The abbreviated down.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
We did a little bit of that.
We did do a little bit of that one.
But I just didn't have the energy to find that 10 seconds.
I know, sometimes that is it, and then when you do, you have to write it down, so you're not, yeah.
Yeah. So, we start to touch, and notice that I've already begun to bend in, bend and twist in.
Mhm.
And I'm going to bend and twist further in at this point. But as I rotate and shift back, the arms rotate and twist out and extend out. And they do it in a curve downwards.
And you didn't move your feet.
No, I
No.
did not move my
Oops.
feet.
What did you say?
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah, I
Yes,
think
not
I'm
yet.
doing it, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's a,
Yep.
the pull down is here. And then staying forward weighted, you do the rotation and twist in.
Mm-hmm.
And then you push out, shifting back. Yeah.
All right, let's do that again, yeah, see.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'll do it this way.
Yeah, that would be good, yeah, okay.
So you shift into the left foot, touch, step back, pull down, twisting out, release, twisting in, back, out.
And there's a twist to that, it's not just.
There is a twist. You have to realize in this form, I don't know.
Everything's always.
Yeah, but in this form, you're not necessarily, the body is not necessarily going to be rotating when you twist.
Mm. So yeah, that twisting in is not, what else is happening other than the twisting in with the rest of your body?
Where?
Anywhere. Everywhere, I should say. So.
What's happening is the energy is drawing in.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we're primarily focusing on.
And that's
In-
and then that's when the toe moves.
Yeah.
Oh, there's somebody's that's your
That's
phone
a text from me.
That's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna do it again if I don't answer it, but only.
That's
once.
okay.
Pull
We can
down.
live without it.
The pull down. Yeah. This
Okay.
is just a twisting in.
But your whole body is twisting a bit more towards that
Oh, yeah.
side. Yep.
Because you're turning the leg, that's where the toe turns. The left foot
Okay.
turns in, and then you
Then you go out. Yeah, because you
Go
can't.
out.
Yes. Okay.
And it's more out than out.
yeah, it's not spreading.
Frontwards. Yeah. It's just kind of making space.
It's
Yeah.
it's a push, but
yeah.
done this way. Yeah. And only to 70%, not
Right. Yeah.
not further. And then you're coming in, and
Losing your balance.
yeah, and remembering to turn right to step out, because that's where you get the rotation to go into shoulder. And then up, boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Thanks.
And for you?
That's clear. I'll need to do it several times to.
wanna do it
But we've
several-
also got.
You wanna do it several times now?
We could do that.
I think it would be a good idea to do it.
Okay. To try to pull all the pieces together.
Yeah. good. That was better. The one thing I
I'm
would
doing something not, yeah. not
well,
following.
it was kind of interesting. You have to hear when you went back
Uh-huh.
to step back from here to
Mhm.
prepare for the pull down.
Mhm.
That elbow went
Went up.
went up. I don't know what you were doing with that.
I don't know either, that's why I'm practicing. All right. How about that? Okay. Let's see what you mean.
The left elbow. So you want to end up with your elbows angled towards the earth. You are twisted in, but the elbows are connecting down to the earth, releasing the shoulders, because then you can do the pull down.
Mm-hmm. It's not right. I can feel it's not right.
Well, it's coming.
Getting there.
It's better than it was.
Well, I think it's like when you begin to put some of the other pieces together, you lose. Like I always felt like I had a good flow down, and now I'm like, oh, but I don't think I was. So then you kind of like, then suddenly you're
Yeah.
stiff in another place.
Well,
Or I am. That's my.
we're
learning
now
process.
beginning to refine a bit, and you're getting much more detail.
Yes. Yep. No, I only did two.
So-
That should be three.
You missed in the going into shoulder.
I missed the right.
Yeah.
I could feel it as soon as I did. At least I know. And then when I did this, I didn't do the third yet.
Okay. I'll stop watching you for a minute.
Oh dear.
I know. Your turn, Cheryl.
Shift back when you're doing that.
That may have been probably. And then it's all the way to the right.
Yep, and then rotate. Yep.
And then around.
No follow and focus. Yeah. So the one thing I noticed was when you step back for the pull down, you're continuing to bend and twist in at that point.
Here, what?
Yeah. So I'll do it sideways. Oh, so I've begun to bend in. I continue to come in to here, and then I go out. And then,
Still pulling you in, and yeah.
well, you're going out here,
Out here, but.
and this is in,
Yeah.
and then out,
Mm.
and then in, out, in, out, and in, out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I find in, out is kind of a good way
That's very helpful.
to talk
That was really
yourself through
helpful.
it,
Yeah.
Yes.
because it in is all the ins you're doing, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. No, that was.
Other questions there at that point?
No, I think all that. No, another practice.
Okay. And
Thank you for that question. That's I think the good thing about class is that you don't know you need something until someone else goes, and you're not like, yeah, I got that. You're like, ooh, really? I had
Yeah.
really been thinking about that one.
So, other questions?
Anywhere or there? No,
Anywhere.
No, I think the only other place that I've been kind of gone, and we did talk about it in the last few weeks, is in Repulse Monkey, and it's more in the from front to back, back to front in terms of I think that I was doing something wrong with my hands. I don't want to remember what I was doing wrong. I just want to remember. I just want to be clear what I'm supposed to be doing. So
Yeah.
could you do that so I could watch and then say, oh, what am I doing?
So this part is just a continual twisting and bending in. I should do it at a different angle, because
Right.
I'm going to end up, let's see. So you're just doing a continual twisting and bending in. What happens is that when you shift into the left to make the step to the corner, the right arm rises, intercepting, and then deflects and strike.
Yep.
Did that?
Yes, and the language is helpful. Thank you. As to what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Not just move your hand in this direction, but what are we doing?
So you come around twisting in, and on the step it raises this arm,
and then rotate. Yes, right.
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know about the. Yeah. That's yeah.
Try it.
Where are we starting from?
Wherever you like. Wherever you like. Find a corner.
Where do we start here? We start here. Right, and then we are.
I don't know which.
So the lower hand is palm down in this posture.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thumbs down.
So you end like this, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yep. I said,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it sounds wrong until you do it, and you're like, oh, it's yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I feel like
no, it's not palm
I was
down,
gonna
it's
say
palm
no,
up.
no,
It's palm up.
Because you're pushing
palm
the monkey
up.
off your hand.
Well, the problem is
right.
that
Now, okay. Yeah.
we do
Yeah.
we do the other later. So
We do that in other places. Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, and then okay.
So when you've gone to that push here, when you shift forward, that's what raises that left arm, and you are twisting in and then going boom. From that's the first one. So that raise of the arm, that interception occurs in that first one as well as the others. It's just what I'm saying because I felt like I wasn't seeing.
Okay. From the back to here. Yes.
Yeah, and so it's left rear corner, front rear.
Yep.
Left front corner.
I gotcha. Right. And when we are hit by the.
And the other thing I would say is that because ever since my sciatica, I can't make those turns completely the way we're
I
supposed
understand.
to.
Yes. Yeah.
And it seemed to me you were having some difficulty with that too.
Yeah.
So you give yourself the opportunity, you can just turn and and then step
Okay.
and go.
Mm-hmm.
Just, make it possible to do it instead of struggling with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it used to be I really had a hard time. I feel like I'm kind of getting a little better at that. But
Yeah.
I understand
Yeah.
yeah, there's just a number of turns that you can't, different parts of your body are going, no, I don't do
Right.
that anymore. And then it gets back and goes, oh yeah, maybe, okay, try that one. Yeah, yeah.
So, how far had we gotten in the second paragraph?
Basically.
Should we just get to wave hands?
Through,
We got through
got,
wave hands, but I don't think we went much further.
no, no,
Okay.
no, we just got through wave hands, yeah.
Well, why don't you just wait?
I've been trying to get a little past that, but.
Why don't you flow up to wave hands and we'll look at.
Look at all the problems and then we'll never
What-
get past it.
Well, or we could just go to what comes next.
Well, why don't we do that? I would actually, I kind
Yeah.
of feel like,
Yeah.
I am practicing up to wave hands. The next little bit, let's do that. Then right after that, we're back to the, oh, here I have problems piece.
So start at the single whip,
Yeah.
before or after wave hands? Do
Oh,
wave hands and then.
No, start at the beginning of the second paragraph. So
Oh, okay, you
facing
don't
the
wanna say-
facing
okay.
the right side and
Yeah, yeah, okay.
just do the second paragraph up through wave hands to begin with.
Okay, gotcha.
Then go on.
No. Just good. Don't rush wave hands.
I know, I do, don't I?
Yes, you do.
I need what are those? What?
Metronome?
Metronome.
Wouldn't probably work good.
You're having a little difficulty transitioning from the beginning way of doing this to where we are now.
Okay.
So it's a little bit, you're kind of in between.
And the wave hands?
In wave hands. So the difficulty with wave hands is that now, at this point, I'm expecting you to continuously rotate that ball. So it gets bigger, it gets smaller, it gets bigger, and it gets smaller, but it never stops. It never stops.
You know, we were, undoing.
So when you say you go to here,
Mhm.
notice that at this point, my hands have not gotten to here.
Mhm.
They're here. The right is still higher.
Mhm.
So that I can rotate and extend out to this point and then begin to come in to this point. So when you go to the right, your hands are almost, they're going through the center of this movement in front of you here, and then going out, and then they're coming back in. But when they come back, they're on a slight different angle because you have to have time to make your step. And then go out and come in and go out. And don't cross the center line of the body.
Mhm.
So it doesn't matter that your rotation only goes, you're not trying necessarily
Yeah.
to get to the side, but towards the side.
Right, because your body,
Wherever your body is
Mhm.
capable of comfortably facing, so you don't cut off the flow of the energy. Okay.
Okay.
So that unevenness is the difficult part. That
The unevenness of what I'm doing, or the unevenness of
well,
of
that coming from the left to the center, that you're here, and when you come from the right to the center, you're here. Not here, here. Well, your right hand is up, so that you have more time to make the step and rotate and shift, because it's a bigger rotation. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
bigger distance you have to cover. And then you come back to center and have that smaller rotation to the left, to the right.
Mhm.
Excuse me. So that's something to work on.
Yep.
And then we're at single whip, so the next thing is lift hand, which you've
Mhm.
done before. So we have touch. That was a turn to the left, and a little more as you step, and then rotate forward into lift hand. And then into high pat the horse. So you're gonna shift forward. What am I doing? Wait a minute.
Shift back and turn.
Shift back and turn into, yeah, I have to stop and think when I do things.
Which one are we in?
Yeah. So we've gone into lift hand, so you shift back and turn,
Mhm.
and then that's a twisting in, and then as you rotate rising to the side, you're twisting out.
Mhm.
And then you rotate to the right, twisting back in, the left foot comes in, and then you rotate and step, and you're going into subdued tiger.
Mhm.
Now, the thing about subdued tiger that I find everybody has trouble with is getting the in and out of subdued tiger. So we're here, so it twists in and it twists out.
Yep.
And it bends in and it extends out. Subtle because you don't have a lot of movement there. So you have to find how you can do that.
Been practicing on lift hands, on the fist under the elbow.
Yeah.
Seriously, because I was not doing that until a few weeks. I was not doing that correctly until a few weeks.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying now, more than I would.
And then you come into center and you kick.
Oh, the wrong foot.
No, you hit the right foot.
Sometimes when you do it in little pieces, it's hard to remember what side you're on. I think
Right.
That's when you're in the flow, you couldn't do the wrong side maybe,
Right.
but. Right?
You have to do high pet the horse first.
Yeah.
No, you went right. That's subdued tiger. So you got.
Okay, that's why it didn't feel right.
You do lift hand, and then you go into high pat, which is
Yeah.
here. And that one you have to make sure you keep the right elbow dropped. And then you rotate back in and go forward into subdued. Oh, hello. Subdued tiger.
Speaking of the tiger.
So this position, yeah, the lower hand is facing in at the lower dantian, and the upper hand is facing down at the middle dantian.
And then they. That may smell like my cat. A little bit.
You got to make sure that now your cat's gonna know.
Now my cat will know I'm with
Yes, he will.
And yes, you can mark me too, but I don't have a cat to worry about.
So,
Yes.
question in there?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I mean,
I don't think I
a
can
few
absorb-
new
I don't
things,
think-
but
I'm
no,
not sure I
I
can
don't
absorb
question.
any more here. It's just
Yeah,
fun.
no, I'm feeling that's enough.
We got a lot.
Yeah.
But that was good. I was glad we went. I was glad we reviewed, but we moved it a little further.
We needed to,
I need something new to kind of
yeah, keep you going.
have that
Yeah,
little challenge there. Not that the others aren't, but.
thanks.
Thanks.
It's wonderful having you here.
It is lovely
makes
coming.
a big difference.
Yes, it's nice. We get to,
Yeah, it's,
drive together and yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you get that time too. That's
Yeah, it's nice.
wonderful.
All right.
All right,
Or I'll.
onward and upward.
Oh, check. Do you have a pen? I don't think I have a pen on.
Yeah, I have a pen.
All right, you check if you got me a pen. Almost forgot this morning. It's one of those. I can get out the door. I promise. I promise yourself you can get out the door. Now don't cash it on Friday.
Oh,
You know why?
no.
This
Oh,
Friday.
don't.
Economic blackout. You're not
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to go to the bank. You're not supposed
Oh,
to.
yeah. No, I
And there's
did-
not a lot of those things probably any of us do, right? We were saying that in the car. It's kind of like.
Well, I do a bunch of shopping kinds
Well,
of
that's
things.
true. Like Andy
Yeah.
said, I'll shop on Thursday or Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's a statement.
Yeah.
It's a statement, there'll be some,
I figure I can go to the chiropractor.
I think, yeah, there are certain things that, well, anything that's really, even if people really need food and don't have it, then.
Yeah.
What do we got here, February 26th?
7.
27th. That's good.
Or when, I guess that's tomorrow. I don't know.
That's fine. 2:40, right, yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Luke,
Okay, I just sent it to Venmo.
thank you. It's for tomorrow's class.
I don't know which classes do I owe you money for.
Tomorrow's class.
Oh, okay, I don't owe you for this one?
Well, Joanne's paying me early, actually.
Oh, I thought you last week said it was time.
Next week.
Okay, well.
Take it now, David.
I got the right note. The note says it's for gods and moves.
Thank
Right,
So
okay.
If it's next week, I'll do the next one for tomorrow's class.
Right, you just do them
Yeah.
opposite or whatever.
Yes, no problem.
That text was my grandson got
Oh.
4 wisdom teeth pulled.
Oh,
Ooh.
4 at once. Rogue
Yeah,
it.
well, they knocked him out.
Yeah.
Well, he did
Yeah.
great and everything went well, and now he's asleep in the chair.
I'll bet he is.
I'll bet. Oh God, 4 at once. Gee.
Yeah, that's what happened when I had mine out, because they were, all this orthodontia work, and then the wisdom teeth.
Then
were
they
growing
start
this-
moving it all back.
They were growing sideways. They hadn't even erupted at all.
That's what Rose were. They had interrupted. They were coming in.
Well, my experience was I was in college at Western Reserve in Cleveland, and I would go to the dental clinic at the dental school, and I had a wisdom tooth where the roots had grown around the bone.
Ooh.
And I was made an example.
Oh,
for-
good. Hey,
So,
everybody, come
I
look
had
at this guy.
chief surgeon dentist with his class all around me. And
Wow.
he was demonstrating what to do in this situation.
Sure. No, I mean that's what
So
the
you
dental
were
school's about.
awake for all this?
More or less.
Kind of a little deadened in the mouth, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you are awake.
Yeah.
Rosina was up in the office yesterday. We were helping me look for something, and she just picked up this picture that had kind of fallen off of something and had been. And it's about this guy Tom, who was a war tax sister, but he was also a dentist, and I needed root canal. And he would do it for activists much cheaper,
Yeah.
But the problem was he was a very interesting conversationalist, and we had a lot in common. And he'd have his mouth in there, and he'd say really interesting things, and then say, "What do you think?" And you're like,
You can't talk.
I can't talk to him. I'm like, don't do that to me.
Oh God, that's funny.
Right.